More than 9,000 Palestinians are held in Israeli prisons. A report by the Israeli rights organization BTselem reveals the inhumane treatment they endure. The report finds at least 84 Palestinians have died in Israeli detention centres since the war on Gaza began back in October 2023. Israel has yet to hand over 80 of the bodies. Testimonies gathered by BTselem indicate Palestinians face systematic physical, psychological and sexual abuse. The organisation describes Israeli prisons as a network of torture camps. It says the denial of medical care is a method of torture itself and leads to irreversible harm, such as amputations and loss of hearing and eyesight. The report states living conditions in Israeli prisons remain inhumane, with overcrowding, prolonged shackling, deliberate starvation and the denial of basic hygiene. Nida Ibrahim reports now on the toll these abuses have taken on Palestinians.
Released from Israeli jails a few months ago, he still feels like a prisoner. This man hides his identity, worried that sharing his story could get him rearrested.
Beating was non-stop. Once, they dragged me away from surveillance cameras and said, "Kiss the Israeli flag, or we'll knock your teeth out." Other prisoners had their teeth broken because they refused to kiss the flag. A female guard came and hit me on the head with a stick. I fainted and fell, but that didn't stop the beating.
His testimony, now part of a report by the Israeli human rights group BTselem. Named Living Hell, it describes Israeli jails as a network of torture camps. It compiles accounts of released prisoners. The conclusion: Israel's prison authorities, judiciary and political class are complicit in the systematic abuse and sexual violence. The findings detail torture in a chamber named as the disco room, where prisoners are beaten non-stop, subjected to electric shocks and forced to hear deafening music in Hebrew, rupturing their eardrums. Ministers brag of this abuse. Prison authorities invite Israeli media in, and politicians push for capital punishment against Palestinians. But death is already a risk in Israeli captivity. Since the war on Gaza started, at least 84 Palestinian prisoners have died in Israeli jails. And some of those who manage to come out of an Israeli prison alive do so with severe health-related complications. Journalist Mjahid Bani Miflih was arrested healthy and released complaining of a headache. 2 days later, he fell into a coma. His mother says he was assaulted in prison and denied his diabetes medication. Now, she dreads the release of her other son, Asad. Her pain is so unbearable, she says, that she cannot tolerate another child facing a similar fate. A pain this released prisoner says he will always feel.
I almost finished studying design before my arrest. Now I lost that. I can't even imagine trees and greenery in my head.
He says he's beyond healing, but he's speaking up only because it might save those he left behind. Nida Ibrahim, Al Jazeera, the occupied West Bank, Palestine.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.